What you're looking at now is the stairway, the rear stairway, looking all the way down to the basement. There's about 40 steps from the basement to the third floor here. Ready? On the stairwell into the bunk room. We've always had a bunk room in this fire hall. At one time we had even more bunks than there are right now. We sleep duty, 4 men on duty every night. This was inaugurated many, many years ago in the old building. It was started by having people sleep at the fire hall when we had a lightning storm or inclement weather. And later on we made it a permanent bunk room in the old building, having people sleeping every night. One of the only fire companies that do that, and we still do it. It offers the people protection. The truck can get out right away with people right here. Thank you. And you're looking at these beautiful Hudson Bay blankets to keep us nice and warm in the winter. The bed in the far corner that you just looked at, there was a real old bed. There was a hospital bed. These other beds are relatively new. The first beds for the old building were donated to the fire hall way back around 1916 by the Copeland family who lived at Eggertsville Road and Main Street. The gongs you'll see on the south wall of this bunk room. You'll see the gongs that knock you out of bed when they get an alarm at night. Period. You can turn around and...
He does.
Yeah, how about the...
When he told me I was in here, that lady was coming through the day first.
How about the items on the desk, no?
Well, you'll see on the desk, you see the fire phone, comes from the Amherst base station, and the monitor that alerts the radios. Period. Been remodeled, tile walls, tile floors right up to the ceiling, and we have a big stall tile shower. Good.
Not much you could say about that.
Third floor. A large, large room, seen of many happy days and many happy parties. Originally this room was not finished off. We had the floor was laid and so forth, but it had the bare walls. We finished it off sometime later. Right now it's being used as a training room and for classes.
What kind of happy events went on up here?
We had card parties and dances and various things like that. We had smokers and stag parties.
What went on to the smokers?
Well, if you don't know now, you never will.
I know it's a mess, but
I don't want to open up this door, right?
no.
Why?
It's almost a past fire prevention room.
Pride and Joy printed all the stuff for the hose company.
Blame that on the directors. As the president just said, we just had envelope stuffing for the fund drive, for the 1995 fund drive last night, and that's what you're looking at right now.
And this was a later addition, this boardroom. It served the purpose for the firematic officers, the table officers, and the exempt benevolent association officers. South on the main street with a beautiful window in the upper foyer. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous window. And a little balcony that we have in front of the building. period. Now we'll turn around and face the north wall, and you see the other end of the way. All those 40 steps. Keeps guys in good shape. Especially when you got a... You're in the downstairs club rooms of the Eggertsville Hose building. These are beautiful rooms. They've been remodeled a few years ago from the original type. The ceilings have been put in and so forth. It was originally a little different decor with brick walls, mahogany bar, and more or less of a older type of motif in here. You're looking in the front lounge room. You see there's a modern TV set and so forth. But if you get closer, you can see that you have a fireplace with beautiful cabinets on each side of that fireplace. Those cabinets house certain artifacts, really ancient artifacts from the Eggertsville Hose Company, as well as from the Buffalo Exempt Volunteers, and our original trophies that we had from many, many years ago on the other cabinet on the other wall. Period. Take that picture of that thing I'm talking about. Part of the bar, the lounge room down here. Modern tables, modern bar today. Up until 1965, we had an organization called the Eggertsville Hose Club. We had about 3,400 club memberships. We had a key. It cost them $1 a year. Some of the finest people in the area and all the different fire companies would come here whenever they passed through Eggertsville to stop here. I can still see Charlie behind the bar. This building was owned by the fire company at that time. We supported ourselves with a bar and with the food. We had dinners here and a dance band on Saturday and Sundays. It was a great place. The meals were very reasonable, and so were the drinks. We made our money on the slot machines. Where the trophy case is now, we had 5 slot machines in there, and a sign behind them that says, if you win, smile, if you lose, smile also, for the building fund.
I remember a legend of a little boy. He used to reach above that bar there and grab a sandwich when he was down with his father.
Oh yes, when this place first opened in 1932 or 33, we had partitions in the bar. It used to come down. The first far end had the free lunch on it, and I grabbed a little free lunch, and Freddie Kemp from BB, he was the chief and also steward of the bar, and he'd try to grab me, but I was too fast for him. He was a very heavy man.
Who was the big cigar smoker in the group? There was somebody who used to harass the guys on duty night with the cigar.
Well, Charlie Krieger smoked a cigar, but he didn't harass the guys.
Well, the Eggertsville legends, you know.
I'm not going to go to all that.
Yeah.
Alarm box that's in there. That was the master box that used to stand on the corner of Main and Maynard, where we had the alarm system on the street boxes. Okay. Members of the Eggertsville Hose Company.
Who's the oldest one on the board?
Right now is Bill Haffa, who lives in Florida. He joined the company in 1934. And to the left of that, you'll see a picture of the fireman's home. That's dedicated to a past president of the Firemen's Association, also past president of this fire company, Gene Brown.
Okay, Bill.
What you're looking at is a game room, which are pool table, ping pong table folded up, dartboard. To your right is the closets that hold all the storage.
Was this room always a game room, Bill?
No, this wasn't always a game room. It was part of the club rooms.
Bill.
You're looking at the wall, the east wall of the club rooms, and the pictures you see on the wall are some of the past presidents, not all of them. Some of the recent past presidents. The pictures on the wall. Period. Seven-sided table upstairs used to sit right in here. Many, 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 many half a dollars and dollars, silver dollars over that.
And your wife's calling on the phone.
Okay.
Any party?
Looking toward the west wall, a modern kitchen, everything up to date, modern refrigeration, stove, cookers, and everything else in here is up to the minute. In 1952, in November, we had a fire start in this building in about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. We had quite a serious fire, and we had to remodel and repair after that.
Storage closets.
Storage closets.
Health committee office.
This former cooler, big cooler. We'll go into the boiler room. Boiler room and utility room in here. Everything has been updated. Originally we had a coal furnace in here. We had to stoke that with no lovely heat. We had to stoke it up before we went up to bed. Sometimes years ago when there wasn't too much money around, guys just chip in to buy the coal because times were tough.
Where was the coal bin? Where was the
Right
coal?
here. Right down here. The furnace was down here and the oven was right here. This is the back entry, outside entry, and outside stairwell. Little storage above it. This is where the beer comes down. Beer barrels. This is where when you got it rated, we ran the machines out of here and out the back. Okay?
Yep. All right. What we're talking about.
Opened up here in 32, 33. I got menus which shows chicken dinners on Sunday for full course chicken dinners for 60 cents along with 3.2 beer. Fish fries were even cheaper. Full course dinners every night.
How much was the dues for the key club?
$1 a year.
$1 a year per family or per person?
For a key holder.
Key holder. So a family would have to have.
Well, a fellow comes down here with his family.
Yeah.
Just costs him $1 a year, that's all. That was just a token.
That's great. Here's looking south in the club room. Old chief, new chief.
Any limes? No, it's one here, forgot.
In the fridge?
Take it.
That's the new building.
It was up your ass, you know where it was.
Great. Gotta be Japanese steel or wait, it's on a phone.
Then erase it.
No, I'm not gonna erase it. Is that the U.S.? Hey, the knock almost ready?
They got, I don't think that's I went down and I picked up
You want to say a few words, don't you, Bill?
When I get all this done, I'm gonna make a toast. Final toast in this building.
Okay. Hey, Bill, what is that, kerosene? Really? Is that kerosene? All right. Hey, Mikey! Hey, there's that East Amherst guy. Happy holidays, bud.
Okay. I'd like to make a toast to the Eggertsville Hose Company. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a healthy New Year. I also want to make a toast to this old building. I was here when it was started. I'm here when it's ended. I hope to be able to be in a new one. I also remember